Hello, welcome to the Moon Scarab channel. My name is Ramon. On this video, we will explore the meaning of all 14 cards from the Suit of Wands. The purpose of this video is to make it easier to you by providing on a single video the essentials of what you need to understand to get started with reading the cards. You will see an explanation of what is depicted on each card. This is important because each tarot card is full of many details which are part of each message. I will also provide you with a group of meaningful keywords to the upright and reverse position on each card. You will see a zodiac correspondence, element, and numerology value. Once you understand the system, it's really easy. We all have the potential and skill to tap into the divine realm. It's just a matter of learning, applying what you learn, and believing with all your heart in what you do. Let's get started.
The Suit of Wands deals with the action level of our consciousness that is centered around inspiration, passion, courage, and drive. Wands reflect our willpower, creative potential, and can suggest themes of projects, inspiration, and drive. When a Wands card comes up in a tarot reading, take a closer look at your thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs. They deal with issues related to purpose, will, and a sense of meaning in your life, seeking to understand more about what motivates and energizes you. The Suit of Wands is associated with the element of fire. Fire is a masculine energy which is hot, wild, unpredictable, and energetic. It can be both creative or destructive. Fire is symbolic of passion, energy, enthusiasm, and sexuality. Its correspondence in a deck of playing cards is the Suit of Clubs. Wands tarot cards represent the astrological signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Ace of Wands. Against a silver sky, a cloud hovers over a lush landscape. From this cloud appears a hand holding a wand. Energy emanates from the hand. The landscape has trees and a castle off on a hill in the distance. Like all aces, the Ace of Wands brings a positive message for your present and future, symbolizing a moment that will change everything for the better. Wands represent the element of fire in tarot, so this ace is like the first spark of something. It's life force, spirit, and positive motion inviting you to get started. You have amazing potential to manifest something new at this time, and you have everything you need to make any new venture work. The fields are lush and green around you. The sprouting wand and the fertile landscape in the background are all positive indications that this idea has the potential to turn into something fulfilling and energizing. The castle in the distance can represent success or the stability and security you need to move forward with your idea. There may be, however, some obstacles along the way, but keep your goal in sight. Don't let this castle fade away in the distance. Regardless of what obstacles you may come across, your path will reach your goal if you keep working towards it. The Ace is one of the most powerful and pure cards of each tarot suit. When your reading includes the Ace of Wands, a moment of bold expansion is marked. It's an opportunity, but nothing is guaranteed. Your presence and energy are required to take this further. You're being asked to work with this energy in a new way, but there's only real potential here. It's up to you to make it happen. Two of Wands. A man in a red and orange colored clothing is standing at the battlement of a castle, looking into the distance. In one hand, he holds a globe, and on his other hand, he embraces one of the two wands in the card. He looks like he is planning something. The wand he is holding is unfortified and free, while the other is affixed to the wall in the building. Unlike the Ace of Wands, which indicates that it's time for you to trust your intuition and the start of something new, the Two of Wands card tells you that it's time to place your future in your own hands. When you pull this card upright, it represents the planning stages of an idea. You hold the potential of the world in your hands. What are you going to do with it? At this time, you're looking at your options and you're weighing them carefully. It's not yet time to make your move. Number 2 indicates decisions that need to be made, but also, like the differences with both wands, they represent opposing forces. The Two of Wands can appear in situations when you plan on doing something with opposing routes to get to it. At this stage, it could be the case that you will still have doubts and don't know how to proceed. There might be things that hold you back, but on the other hand, there is enthusiasm too, making you wonder if you should actually take action or not. This is a card of personal freedom and choice. The Two of Wands represents two paths, and you have the ability to choose. This is not a card about sitting still. This is a card about planning and moving forward. You've achieved success so far in what you're doing, but it's time to move forward and step out of your comfort zone. Three of Wands. The Three of Wands shows a man standing with his back to us, gazing out to a sun-golden sea. He is dressed in robes and is staring out over a wide open space. He can see everything from this vantage point. Ahead of him, we see land, but between the man and the ground, there is a golden sea. The man seems to be both grounded and ready to set out on an adventure. The Three of Wands is about action. The necessary preparation is done, and now it's time to go. This is a good time to feel good and optimistic about the strength to do things and see it through. This card can also represent travel, freedom, and adventure. This travel can be literal, but also metaphorical. Rather than going anywhere, you may be asked to widen your horizons. No matter the case, remember, fortune favors the bold. It also warns you not to react imprudently to the heat of the moment. If needed, step back and reconsider. See how the present fits into the greater picture. This card asks you to be a visionary, to dream beyond your current limitations. When we see far, we have the knowledge to guide us better into the future. When you see the Three of Wands, know that now is the time to accept your vision and be confident that you can lead your life to it. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands tarot card depicts a wreath of flowers adorning four identical wands in the foreground. The wands are equally spaced in a shape of a canopy. In the background, we see what appears to be a gathering with two people with flowers in their hands having a celebration. Their arms are raised in the air as if they're feeling triumphant, celebrating something. Additionally, they are close to one another, which indicates that there is a close relationship between them. When the Four of Wands appears in a reading, it often signals a time of celebration, a time to rejoice and to be reminded of the support and security of knowing that there are people in your life that care about you. Sometimes, this card can literally signify a celebration, like a gathering with friends or another social event. But in simple terms, this card refers to having fun and enjoying yourself fully and without restrictions. On a more general level, this card refers to celebration as a state of mind, of having a sense of optimism, happiness, and joy, one where we feel free of restrictions and unbound by any limitations, an attitude of enthusiasm and faith in what the future holds for us. The number 4 indicates a secure, stable state and conveys a sense of accomplishment. The Four of Wands represents the achievement of little goals, stable states, and a stable foundation. It can appear in situations when you have worked for something and now you can sit back for a while and enjoy your achievement. The Four of Wands tells you that after a period of growth and expansion of the Three of Wands, it's time to celebrate what you have achieved so far. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Acknowledge your hard work and give yourself permission to take a break before stepping onto the new phase of your journey. Another meaning of this card is getting together with people. It can be a representation of meeting friends, socializing, and celebrating. The essence of this card is, the time has come for you to let go of those ideas that tie you up and restrict your freedom, to be reborn to a life of greater harmony, knowledge, and happiness. Embrace a new attitude of optimism and love for one another and towards yourself. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands depicts 5 men waving their sticks in a chaotic way, engaged in a playful struggle, although it seems they are in competition and dominance as they threaten one another with their wands in a combative stance. But the wands do not yet clash, and no one is being physically struck. However, if you look closely, they just raise the stick up rather than fight. The number 5 indicates movement and conflict. After the stable state represented by the Four of Wands, there comes some change and movement again. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict, tension, competition, and clashes of ego. When this card appears upright in a reading, it calls attention to a level of disharmony. You may be engaged in mental or physical conflict with yourself and different emotions, or with those around you. The Five of Wands reminds us that conflict is a part of life. Conflict can't be avoided. Sooner or later, we have to deal with it. It's not conflict itself that causes issues, but how we handle it. We can choose to do this with hostility, or we can choose to do this with grace, kindness, and a common sense approach to the situation. Allow the powerful energy of this card to drive your very best. It may not be easy, but we will find often that it has been worth it. Six of Wands. In the Six of Wands tarot card, a man is riding a white horse. He wears an orange-colored cape and has a victory laurel on his head. The well-dressed man holds a wand, also decorated with a wreath, and appears above the other characters depicted in the card. He is the center of attention, and the other characters walk beside him. They appear to be celebrating him. The Six of Wands is the minor arcana counterpart of the Chariot. Both of these cards represent movement, moments of victory and triumph, and the respect one earns after achieving something. Furthermore, it's not necessary dominance over something or someone external. You can triumph over yourself, the environment, or the odds. The Six of Wands also represents a healthy self-esteem. Feeling good about your accomplishment is an important part of success. You're constantly learning to harness your strengths. Nothing can stop you from reaching your objectives. But underlying this apparent meaning, there's a message of taking action towards what you're looking for. This card advises you to keep on moving in the right direction until you reach your goal. You can take control of any situation and lead your way towards victory. Seven of Wands. On the Seven of Wands, a young man stands near a small mountain cliff and appears to be under attack. He wards off 6 wands with one that he holds in his hands. His gaze is fixed upon the sticks. His facial expression is full of seriousness and defiance. He is clearly outnumbered, but he holds the high ground and has the advantage of elevation. Holding his wand with 2 hands, he appears to be acting defensively rather than attacking. His feet are widely spaced, giving him as much balance as he can hope for on the rocky hilltop. Each wand shooting up from the ground in front of him is a different length. They are also pointing in different directions. When the Seven of Wands appears in a tarot reading, it may be seen as referencing an active defense. In other words, stand up and fight for what's yours. Hold your ground, and even if the opposition seems greater than you. In most cases, it can mean feeling overwhelmed by a current struggle. It's a card of real fighters and warriors. The energy of this card is amazing. Every movement of the body and coherence of thoughts is the only key of future victory. The message of this card is, there may be internal or external challenges on the fulfillment of your goals. You must remain committed in your desires, and with a vision and effort, you will conquer them. Hold your ground no matter what is challenging your position. Eight of Wands. On the Eight of Wands, a flight of wands hurtles speedily towards a destination. Like a wave of arrows shot by archers, 8 wands fly from above, racing towards the ground. In the background, we see a perfectly clear blue sky. Lower on the card, we see an equally perfect, lush green landscape dotted with trees. A small house on the fertile hillside, symbolizing stability, effective planning, and a successful response to past challenges. In the foreground, a straight blue river flows through the landscape, matching the smooth forward trajectory of the wands. Unlike many other landscape cards in the minor arcana, there are no gray mountains visible in the background. The tranquility of the scene suggests there is little resistance to movement here. The only pure speed and uninterrupted motion matters here. The Eight of Wands references speed, momentum, and pure forward energy. It represents a continuation of direction and an accelerated approach towards an already defined goal. As the card image illustrates, these wands are already moving. Their direction is clear. When the Eight of Wands appears in a reading, the chosen course of action is correct, but the time and speed are of essence. Generally speaking, the Eight of Wands is an extremely positive card. It indicates a clear path forward, but the card also carries a direct message. The path forward needs to be taken earnestly, and time should not be wasted. Nine of Wands. In the far distance lie rolling hills and mountains. A figure stands in front of a barrier made of 8 wands while holding a 9th wand. He has a wound on his head and looks weary in some way. This is a card of survivors, those who have been through some rough experiences but who've learned from it. You can tell the figure has seen many battles and is ready to do so again. This card also tells you to be watchful. trust your instincts or experiences. It signals that you may be exhausted or burnt out. However, you're ready to do whatever it takes to power through. But the main lesson of the Nine of Wands teaches is perseverance. Despite his fears and injuries, the Nine of Wands character is still willing to keep going. He knows the path ahead is a difficult one, but he is willing to keep fighting. Ten of Wands. A man holding a heavy bundle of 10 long sticks is walking towards a house afar. The sticks are fanned out in proper order, ascending above him. His head seems to be buried in the middle of the bundle. His bent posture reveals what an immense burden the sticks are for him. Despite this, he holds them tightly and walks with purpose. There are some lush trees and a few more houses near his dwelling. The sky is clear blue, predicting a perfect day. The Ten of Wands tarot card is all about hard work and perseverance in the face of a burden. You may have been working towards a goal for a long time and you're finally starting to see some results. However, this is not the time to lose sight of the goal. You need to continue working hard in order to achieve anything you want. Page of Wands. The Page of Wands tarot card is depicted as a character in fine-looking clothes, standing in the middle of a vast and barren desert while clutching a long wand, gazes at it with confidence. The Page of Wands is a card of energy, enthusiasm, and adventure. It suggests that real chances to experience creativity, courage, charm, and inspiration are opening, challenging you to be great. When you see such an indication, you should always act on it. Sometimes, the Page of Wands implies that your entire situation embraces a spirit of excitement and adventure. Feel free to express your individuality and power with light-hearted abandon. If referring to a person, it can stand for a young at heart whose interactions with you involve independence, high energy, risky behavior, or shared enthusiasms. A person with a Page of Wands traits likes to take many risks while being brave and courageous. Moreover, such a person is also confident of jumping into something with no fears. When the Page of Wands appears upright in a reading, it's time to look towards the future, to embrace his energy and to jump into your passions. Something is calling you, be it a spiritual path or a creative one. But it's time to manifest and create. Go beyond any doubts or any limits. Knight of Wands. In this card, we see an arid desert landscape in the background, an expanse of dry sand, and 3 imposing pyramids to our left. Directly in front of us, we see a brightly dressed young man. In his right hand, instead of a sword, this warrior is holding a wand. In the left hand, there are the reins of his horse, which is excited and rearing for action. The Knight of Wands also wears a shining suit of armor and helmet decorated with extravagant orange feathers. His yellow tunic is covered with salamanders. The look on his face is both determined and self-assured. It's pretty clear that the knight and his horse are ready for action. While the Page of Wands marks the initial spark of a new idea, the Knight of Wands tarot card denotes the actual pursuit of this idea with energy and determination to see them materialize. It's the card that inspires energy, action, adventure, passion, impulsiveness, and boldness. It's about being wild and brash, being high-spirited and determined. If the Knight of Wands card represents a person, this is someone who prefers action over thinking. Sometimes, this means that it's an energy too impulsive for its own good. On the other hand, he is becoming more in tune with his instincts, and they are getting better at leading him in the right direction. The Knight of Wands tarot card encourages you to begin projects with enthusiasm and power. But also, you need to have a realistic view and, more importantly, a well thought out plan. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands shows a woman sitting on a throne with lions on its back. The queen is wearing a golden outfit. On the background, a desert, often depicted on wand cards. This was the same landscape for the Page and Knight of Wands. Deserts are associated with spiritual awakenings, or places where you find inspiration. Personifying the waters and the element of fire, the Queen of Wands has a similar combination of elements as the Knight of Cups. These are combining opposing elements when neither of the contrasts can overcome the other, thus having an unstable balance between them. As a queen, she is the mother of the element, the emotion and sensitivity, thus having her attributes of love, understanding, and sympathy. Her fiery character provides pride, passion, inspiration, powerful independence, charisma, strength, and expansiveness. Since the Queen of Wands is a face card, she can also signify a person. She can be a mature feminine energy who is independent, friendly, charming, active, and passionate about what she does. The Queen of Wands asks you to be bold in your undertakings and actions. Don't be afraid of your own real power and put it into the world. You have so much to offer, so shine your light bright. Believe in yourself and what you stand for, and don't be afraid to speak up and be heard. King of Wands. Often associated with the astrological sign of Sagittarius, the King of Wands signifies a wise, open, positive, and adventurous masculine energy. A king-like figure sits on a cloth-covered throne that rests on a gray stone platform, holding in one hand a long wooden stick made from a tree branch and resting the other at his side. He is dressed in a bright orange robe with a golden crown shaped like small flames on his head. He wears a mustard-colored cape that flows down, covering the throne. The King of Wands card combines the realm of the passions and mental force. A natural-born leader, this creative king is always solving problems through innovation. He always has a clear purpose and direction despite having all the energy of a glowing wildfire. But his biggest strength is that he is able to see situations from all angles. He can create visionary solutions by connecting dots that others will not necessarily string together. When the King of Wands shows up in a tarot reading, it suggests that it's time to step up, make a bold move, and be a leader. It's one thing to be wildly creative, but it's another to turn your ideas into something meaningful. The essence of this card is to lead your life with intent, vision, and a long-term view. Act like a leader in a situation. Keep a cool head and keep your goal in mind without having distraction feelings that derail your way. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. And click the subscribe button for more future videos about tarot, divination, and other esoteric topics.